welcome back to episode 17 of our Coordinator Climb series here on Football Coach College Dynasty. All right, first things first, just a quick general note. Last episode, there were some audio issues that I unfortunately did not catch while streaming. But I made some tweaks behind the scenes, checked previous episodes. Everything seems okay. So hopefully, no issues here for us today. But you never know. Better safe than sorry, etc., etc. All right, so for anyone who did not watch last episode, first, highly recommend go back, check that out. It went pretty okay. We got through the off-season, preseason, yada yada yada. Did not make many signings in the transfer portal because we were left with no NIL money whatsoever from the AI. So thank you for that. And then we played the first 3 games of the season, which I am happy to note we're 2-1, which might not sound that impressive. Counter argument: the entire last year at Vanderbilt, they won 1 game of football. Who was it against? Kentucky, who finished that year 2-10. So I imagine we'll do better this year. The plan of attack today is we're just going to play as many games as we can. I highly doubt we will end up bowl eligible at the end of this, but you never know. We could rattle off 4 wins the rest of the way. It's not like we're facing number 1 Georgia, 6 Alabama, 4 Auburn, 7 South Carolina, and 25 Tennessee. Definitely not. It didn't look terrifying at all. So, I did a little bit of recruiting, tinkering off stream. I'll update that after the Georgia game. I did make 1 or 2 rather depth chart changes. First at wide receiver, Richard sophomore wide receiver Randy Orr has been complaining about playing time. He has not played at all this season. And so I moved Jeff Hardy out of the starting depth chart. He was a converted running back, and so far this year was targeted 14 times, only has 5 catches to his name. So I think I'm going to drop him out of it. We're going to play Randy Orr for a bit, see how that goes. It's not that big of a change. It's a wide receiver 6. If Randy Orr ends up playing a lot, then one of these guys have gotten injured, and that's just terrible. Second change I made was at linebacker. Redshirt senior Jeremiah Reeves, I have dropped from the starting lineup, mainly because he has allowed all 5 targets that has been thrown his way. Tackle numbers are okay. He does have a tackle for a loss, but I would rather play redshirt junior Yair Skinner, who played a lot last season, has not played this year at all. We'll see what he can do for us the rest of the way. Other than that, everything is the same from the beginning of the season. So, quickly, just last housekeeping thing before we play Georgia. In terms of player promises, Kieran Suero, the wide receiver, was promised 50% of snaps. He's currently getting 70%. And then cornerbacks Damian Terry and Maxwell John were promised 40%. They're currently getting 62 and 64 respectively. Booster objectives: we failed the Diamond Donor in the very first game of the season when we only scored 10 points against Ohio State when 14 was the goal. And then finally, the Gold Donor goal: hold Bama, OSU, or South Carolina to 160 rush yards or fewer. We failed against OSU, so we have 2 more opportunities at the time of asking. So without further ado, Let us get into what may be an uglier blowout than week one against Ohio State. We are at Athens, number one Georgia. They are favored by 28 points. I'm scared. They also have 10 recruits visiting, none of whom we really care about. At 85 overall, rated wide receiver as a recruit. That must be nice. Good luck to him. So far in the sim, no surprise, Georgia has beat Vandy every time they played. However, they've never played me. We will go tails as it never fails and get this party started. We win the toss. We are going to defer. Obviously, our defense has been our calling card this season, so I want to get them on the field first. We are going to open with a full sim blitz. It kind of worked. 3rd and 1. If they pass it, so be it. I'm still going to try blitz. They ran it. Sadness, despair, unimaginable woe. They have a running QB. That's a shame. They get the first. Engage 8 there was the worst idea I've ever had, but it's fine. They get a yard. I'm going to blitz again. Engage 8, full send, and they pass it for the touchdown. Georgia is on the board, 7-0. Let's see if we can match. 3rd and 1, we're going to run it up the middle, and it worked. Thank you, Cody Solomon. Gets me 13. Very good. 3rd and 4. I'm gonna pass it. I thought about running it, but there's always the fear that we get no yards and then we're in trouble. There we go. Andy Pitton 5-yard pass. 3rd and 8. Incomplete. We are gonna punt. Touchback. That's a shame. I really hoped we'd be able to burn him there with bad field position. There we go. Cameron Hughes forces and recovers the fumble. So we have the ball back with pretty good field position. Cody Solomon, 19-yard rush. Folks, we're in business here. And then Solomon goes backwards. Fair enough. All right, 3rd and 1. I'm going to run it. We got it. That's the end of the first quarter. I think I'm going to pass it once on 2nd down. All right, we're going to run it and see what happens on 3rd down. 1 yard. I don't think we're going to beat Georgia kicking field goals. I'm going to go for it. 4th and goal to 3. We're going to do a hitches. Send it. Incomplete over the middle. All right. All right. Well, we've burned them with. They have bad field position, which is good. They did 4 verts from the 3, and we couldn't sack him. That seems a little silly. I mean, I'm just going to keep doing contain until they break out of it. There we go. All right, they punt. We get the ball back at midfield. And 2 straight incompletions. I'm actually going to punt it here. There we go. We get him at the 9. Victor Sinclair caught it at the 1 and tried to return it. What a brave man. Oy, the engage 8 doesn't work. Their QB runs at 36 yards. Fair enough. And a pick. Maxwell John with the interception. Good for him. I think that is his first pick of the season. It is indeed only the 2nd of his career. Our defense is doing really well. But once again, our offense is what is giving me headaches here. Incomplete. Paul Jeffries drops the pass. We punt. Is their QB their leading rusher against me? Yep, 65 yards. Must be nice. And the slants gets him down to the 8. All right, they settle for a field goal, which isn't the end of the world, but yeah. Wow, the AI wants me to go for it here. I'm not. If I go for it and don't get it, I'm gifting them at least 3 points. So to be fair, looks like they're going to get that anyway. There we go. Good stop. Full send on the blitz. All right. We're just going to run it once, go to half. I mean, defensively, I think we played okay. It's just our offense has been actually horrendous. So we'll see what happens. Jalen Ingram gets me 16. Hackett is then sacked. Fair enough. Incomplete on 3rd and 5. Man. Third and 1. I'm sending the house. There we go. We force the incompletion. Georgia punts. All right, there we go. We got a 3rd down conversion. Let's see if we can get him with a little QB power here. You know what? It got me 2 yards, or 3 yards rather. McNair gets me the conversion. They did engage 8. That could have been terrible. Randy Orr with a catch. 3rd and 11. Incomplete. All right. Field goal isn't great there, but no point in going for it on 4th and 11. Rather kick a field goal. 3rd and 8. All right. They punt. Defense gets a stop once again, and then the running back goes backwards. Here we are. Here we are, folks. All right. 3rd and 9. I'm just going to do 2 high safety and see if they beat us. They don't. They punt. We have the ball to 3. This could be terrifying. Ooh, that's a big 3rd down conversion. If we don't get that, they have great field position after the punt. All right, 3rd and 5. We convert there. Randy Orr, 13 yards, and Hackett is picked by Humberto McBride. That's probably game if they score here. They convert on 3rd and 3. The DB blitz works. It's encouraging. And they convert the 3rd down. And they're running in. All right. 17-point game, 5 minutes left. I think that is going to be it for Vandy. We do get a 35 pass completion, though. That's nice. That's kind of cool. I mean, I'm going to switch to up-tempo because you might as well here. Solomon went backwards. Oy vey. We complete the 4th and 2. And then 3 straight incompletions. Send it. No dice. All right. That is your ball game. We lose to Georgia 20-3. Ironically, I think our defense played better than when we lost OSU, but somehow our offense played worse, which I didn't really think was possible. So, yeah, I mean, we had 250 yards of offense. We did really good against their running backs, but it was their QB running that got us. Hackett didn't do great. Our running backs were okay, but none of them had a really long, sustained success. Pittman was targeted 14 times, had 7 catches. Jeffries targeted 8, had 4. And then defensively, 3 tackles for a loss, which for us is terrible. No sacks, which is even worse. But yeah, that is that. I also did make a change to kick returner. Aiden Pittman is going to be our new kick returner this season. For the rest of the season, I should say. But yeah, I mean, look, we lost by 17, which doesn't feel like that much of a blowout, but with exception of that stretch in the 3rd to 4th quarter when we were driving, the game never really felt close. Poor Damian Gomez had 4 fumbles against Marshall. That's rough. Okay, so Bama is unranked. They are 2-2. They just lost to Kentucky, which means either this is going to be our best chance ever to beat them, or they're going to be so mad they're unranked, they're going to beat us by 40 points. I don't know if there's any in between there. All right. So, in terms of commits, we have fallen behind on Victor O'Connell. I think I need to just make the executive decision to punt on some of these guys. Like Max Fox, like week 10 against Auburn, even if we win that game, I don't know if we ever make up 1,600 difference. So I think I'll just do target man for him, and then we'll see. Josiah Finley, I think we kind of have a shot, but I mean, IU just offered him a scholarship and are 1,500 ahead. I think even if we beat South Carolina and get, let's say, 1,000 points off of the recruiting visit, I don't even know if that's enough. And then UAB offered Evan Brown money. Do I want to offer him money? I mean, not really. Like, he's okay, but I would redshirt him his first year, which he may not like. If I offer him, I mean, it's 750. Whoops. Yeah, if I offer him his market value, it gets me 740. But do I care about him enough? And also, quietly, we only have 5 million in NIL total, and we're going to need to save a lot for transfers. So I don't know if Evan Brown is someone we want to spend that money on. Our other wide receiver, Caden Baird, who we're also fighting with UAB with. I mean, the problem is his route running just sucks, and his potential is worse. We do have the second visit, though. So how UAB does against Memphis will inform a lot of this. I think I'll offer him 400,000 and just kind of let that be our essential offer and not add any more pitches to it. Okay. Nicholas Dunham looks like Kentucky had a good visit. Yep, they beat Bama, of course. So we're 700 points ahead. We're going to get a bonus because we're facing Tennessee, who they're interested in, and it's their third visit. So I think we keep on him. Joel Peoples, similar conversation. UTEP scheduled him to visit when they play an FCS school, which is very silly. I mean, I like Dylan McLeod, but because he's the one that, yeah, he doesn't care about money that much. If I offer him his market value, it gets me 371. I don't think that's really worth it. Everyone else we're decently in the fight in. It's just unfortunate that, we lost a prestige at the end of last season and therefore just do not have NIL money to spend, where a lot of these other schools do. But that is what it is. We'll just see how it plays out from there. And I mean, worst comes to worst, we just go shopping for 2-star prospects. As one does. All right. So Alabama, they are 2-2. They are not ranked, which is rather funny. Where are they at specifically? They are 26. No, so they're not ranked by one singular position. Let's see what happens. I mean, we're at home against Bama. We have 3 recruits visiting. Frederick Townsend, who I really want for my defensive line. I think he immediately becomes one of our best linemen. Jose Kaplan, I would move to D line also to be just a tackling machine at the D line spot, and then a decent looking linebacker in Benjamin Hobbs. So those are the recruits. So far in the sim, Bama has beaten poor AI Vandy every single year. This is, however, the first year that Bama is not ranked. Or excuse me, the second rather. So we'll see how they do. Bama calls heads, and it is heads. They win the toss. They elect to receive the Rats. But that's fine. Send the blitz. Godspeed. They got 14 yards. Then they got 13. Okay. Boy. All right. 3rd and 7. Incomplete. They punt. One thing I do in a check, can their QB run? A smidge. But it is not his strong suit. So I don't know if I'll bring a spy down that often. Solomon gets me 1 yard. Fair enough. There we go. Hackett scrambles for the first. I'll take what I can get. And Paul Jeffries gets me 23. We're at midfield. Let's see if we can establish the run a little bit. There we go. 10-yard run by Solomon. That's what we need. Ingram gets me -3, and Aiden Pittman over the top on the go route. 40 yards for a touchdown. Folks, we're beating Bama. Sacked by Terrell Nelson. Very good. 3rd and 11, 2 high safeties. Sacked Pablo Charles. They punt. Okay, this is a big drive. If we can go up by 2 scores, we convert 3rd and 4. That's big. Here we go. Let's settle in. Ooh, we convert the 3rd and 9. Kieran Suero. The running game is not helping me out here. 3rd and 2. I'm going to run it. And if we don't get it, I'm going for it. We got it. Solomon gets me 3. We're at the 11. And Fernando Yarbrough, the tight end over the middle for the touchdown. We're up 14-0 on Alabama. Third and 7, 2 high safety. Beg them to beat us. They don't. They ran it. They did an RPO bubble screen. Ooh, we have the ball our own 1. That's a problem. Yeah, I mean, that drive was kind of dead on arrival, so now they're going to get great field position, which is a shame. And Keenan Neely, the converted safety, with the interception off of Ramirez. Okay. Screen gets me 7. Very good. Solomon goes backwards and an incompletion. We punt. Man, that was a chance to really do some damage. And Bama gets it into the end zone pretty easily. Back to a 7-point game. Solomon gets me nothing. Pittman converts. I'm going to go normal. If we convert this 3rd down, I'm going up tempo. We do. All right, switched up tempo. We got 1:20. 3 timeouts. I would love a touchdown, obviously. We'll see what happens. There we go. Stop the clock. We're in the red zone. Let's run it once. And it worked. Hector Ashley all the way to the 10. And Cody Solomon, touchdown out of the backfield, 21-7. Guys, come on. And they burn us over the top with a Hail Mary for the touchdown. Oh, that's so frustrating. Come on, guys. I did kind of misclick there, bringing one of the safeties down, but man, there we go. Got the sack. Incomplete. They punt, and we get the ball at our 1 again. These guys need to chill. The play action worked. We're in business. Third and 3. I'm going to pass it. Slants again. It worked. We got 7. And Hector Ashley, 0 yards. Fair enough. Incomplete. I'm going to go for it on 4th and 4. We don't get it. Incomplete to Suero. All right. We got it. We're okay. Incomplete and then a sack. Man. We got him at the 5, though. Uh-oh. There we go. Sorry. OBS. Bad aneurysm. All right. They punt. We have the ball with pretty good field position now. Let's run it once. There we go. McNair gets me the first. RPO above the screen. Doesn't work. The sweep does, though. We're at the 38. 3rd and 1. I'm going to run it. Solomon goes backwards. 48 yards is too much. We're going for it. 4th and 3. Slants. Thomas gets us the first. Let's go. Calm. Calm. Everybody calm. Everybody relax. There we go. McNair gets me the first. Solomon to the 9. I'm going to do QB sneak on 3rd down. It went backwards. That was horrendous. We're going to run it on 4th down. Solomon gets it. We're at the 2. Here we go. Run it up the gut. Gets us 1. And Hackett. QB sneak. Extra point is good. That drive, 16 plays, 59 yards, 9 minutes, 48 seconds. Beautiful. If we don't give up a Hail Mary, this game is won, which is very infuriating right now. Nickel blitz gets us the sack. 3rd and 5. Here we go. Incomplete. 4th and 5. They're going for it. And they get it. 14 yards. Okay. We're going to send the blitz. All right. They get 5 yards. They ran it. Interesting. They convert 3rd down. Bama is out of timeouts now. I'm not doing engage 8 when they're going empty shotgun. Incomplete again. 3rd and 10. Incomplete again. 4th and 10. Incomplete. Turnover on downs. We're kneeling. Ball game. We beat Bama. We beat Bama. That is insane. They're not ranked, obviously, which makes this a little bit annoying. But we beat Alabama. Wow. Wow. Hackett does really well. 26 of 35, 256 yards, 3 touchdowns. He had a rushing touchdown as well off the sneak. Our running game just was terrible. There's no way around it, but wow. And credit to our defense. Bama had 21 points, 7 of which was a Hail Mary. So there is that. And we beat Alabama. We're 3 and 2. That's huge. That's huge. That also means we get the gold donor goal because we held Alabama to only, I think it was 98 yards rushing. So that'll be a little bit of money next year. Very good. Very good. Let me just confirm 68 yards rushing. Excuse me. So that's $4.5 million we are going to have next year. Very good. All right. Let me check the official results. 340. Oh, yeah, because they weren't ranked. You stupid AP poll voters. Well, that's annoying. We only get 340 points because Bama wasn't ranked anymore. Oh, man. All right, fine. That's depressing, but I'll take it. What's the point of beating Bama at that point? I ask you. Yeah, we're 18. IU just offered more money to him. Like, I don't think we get Finley. I think 1800 is just too much, and I would rather focus on other guys. So we're going to drop off of his radar. Fox will stay in on UAB. They beat Memphis, and that's an extra 200 points because Memphis was also interested. Well, that is tough. I think of the two, I would rather get Evan Braun. But it might still be worth chasing on Bird. Or is it worth chasing? I don't think it is. Even with the second visit, we're 1,000 behind. Nah, we'll punt on Bird. All right, Braun, I think will stay in on. Auburn offered money to Nathan Hoffman. He does extremely care about money. What's the order of the recruiting visits? We're last. And it's literally week 13. I think I will wait for a couple weeks to see how Army does in that visit on whether I should offer money or not. UAB had a pretty good, or excuse me, FAU had a pretty good visit with Dylan Bowman. So they got some good points there. Part of me thinks I should just cut tail and run on Bowman, but the other part of me thinks I'm going to get him just mathematically. But I am kind of worried that I'm going for a lot of JUCO guys. Part of my logic in going for all these JUCO guys is simply that I'm treating them like transfers because they're going to be juniors. And compared to the money I would have to spend on transfers in NIL, these JUCO guys are pretty cheap. I think that's my reasoning for that. We'll see if that, stands the test of time. Okay. Well, donor goals are settled. I don't need to worry about them for a bit. Hilariously, we're higher than Auburn in the division, and yet we're ranked, 25 spots beneath them? Seems a bit rough. Okay, I mean, we beat Bama. The fact that they weren't ranked when we played them is a little frustrating. Um, do they have a new coach? No, I think Alfonso Lee, you might get fired. That might be rough. All right, so we have our second out of conference game against. We're facing North Texas. They're 2-3, 2-2 in the American. They lost to Virginia Tech. UTSA destroyed them 55-6. They beat UAB. They beat Tulane. Hilariously, they are the same prestige as us. So neither school is making money off of this scheduling. We're away and favored by 3.5. They have 10 recruits visiting, none of whom we really care about. And this is the first time these teams have played each other. So let's see if we can carry on that good momentum from the Alabama win. I can't stress enough. We beat Bama. Holy crap. North Texas elected to defer. Okay, we start with the ball. 19-mile-an-hour wind. Light rain is slightly terrifying. Don't think you'll see many field goals today. Really? Solomon, you're killing me sometimes. There we go. They do a DB blitz when I did slot outs. Wow, that's like the worst. It's like the worst passing tree to do a DB blitz against. Yarbrough gets me 7. And Cody Solomon gets the conversion. We're driving very slowly, but we're driving. Solomon gets me 2. Incomplete. 43-yarder, 19-mile-an-hour wind. It doesn't tell me what direction, does it? That's a shame. You know what? Let's take the shot. Missed. All right. Now we know. The engage 8 worked. All right. North Texas punts. So, I mean, we had a decently long drive, 7:42, but nothing there. 3 and out. We punt. Forgot to check if their QB can run. Max Shaw does not look like it. His first year as a starter. Good for him. 1st and 10 at the 4, you say. Time for a very long drive, folks. Strap in. And never mind. Hackett threw a pick 6 on the RPO. Yikes. We're down 7-0 early. There we go. We convert the 3rd and 4. That's big. And then a negative run and a sack. There goes that. Blitz on 3rd and 8 was inspired, but it works. I think the RPO just isn't Hackett's game, which is a little disappointing. Or not disappointing isn't the right word. A little unfortunate that we can't add that to our offensive repertoire. I'm going to pass it on 3rd and 4. Doesn't work. I am going to go for it, and I like slants. Pittman gets me 9. Very good. Very good. There we go. Ingram gets me the conversion. I'm going to leave chew clock on, and that's why. We'll take the field goal. All right. Maybe I should have gone for it there, but seemed a little long. Wow, they just got 4 straight first downs on us. That was depressing. And they convert the 3rd and 13. And they missed the 24-yard field goal. Fair enough. All right. Well, they start with the ball in the second half, and our offense has been poor. I mean, we had the missed field goal and a pick 6. Like, it's about as bad as you can do. Our defense does force a fumble. Yair Skinner, who finds himself in the starting lineup for the 2nd game in a row, forces. Phoenix Jenkins recovers. And Paul Jeffries with the touchdown over the middle. We're up 10-7. Man, they really have started coming to town here. And they get the touchdown. 4-point deficit now. Kieran Suero gets me the 1st. Hackett scrambles. Nice of him to finally do that. 3rd and 1, I'm going to run it. And Cody Solomon takes it to the house. Back up by 3. They convert the 3rd and 6. Man, they are just getting us today. What's their 3rd down conversion rate? They are 2 of 7. It seems like they're doing better than 2 of 7, if I dare say. 3rd and 3, I'm blitzing. I'm sending the house. Get them. And they did a pitch. Unfortunate. 3rd and 2, we're dropping back. And they get the conversion. And they run it in for a touchdown. Remember when I said our defense was doing really well? I jinxed them completely there. 3rd and 1, I'm going to run it. Thank you, Solomon. I'll try levels. Pittman gets me 12. Very good. We convert the 3rd and 7 off the hitches. That was huge because a field goal does not help us here. So we need to get in the end zone. Jeffries gets me 5. 3rd and goal at the 5. I'm going to pass it. We don't get it. I mean, there's not really a difference between a 1-point game and a 4-point game. So we might as well pass and try for the touchdown. And we get it. Randy Orr, touchdown off the hitch route. Extra point is good. And North Texas is driving with a will. I'm going to try contain. It works. I'm going to try it again. Didn't work that time. They're at the 10. Second and goal at the 4. They get stopped. Blitz again. And they get in the end zone. Man. Unbelievable. Hail Mary's incomplete. We lose. We went from the high highs of beating Alabama at home to losing to North Texas on the road. Man, that is so disappointing. I mean, let's be frank. Our offense had one of the worst starts they've had in the first half. Like, we miss a field goal. Hackett throws a pick six, punt, and then we score a field goal toward the end of the half. And then in the second half, no one could stop anyone. Like, they fumbled, touchdown, 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 touchdown. And that was that. So, very disappointed, I think, overall. Like, no one gets out clean here. Solomon did okay. Hackett had the pick six, obviously. Didn't push the deep ball enough. Pittman had a great game. He had 14 targets for 12 catches. Yeesh. But yeah, that was disappointing. But our defense just completely gave up in that second half. All right. Well, we're back to 500 again, 3-3. We can never escape this spectrum of one game above 500, 500, one game below 500. We're always going to be there. And Damian Terry is out for 7 weeks. That is effectively the rest of the season. I mean, here's the thing. He also wants to play in 40% of snaps. His tackling now is very poor, but his man coverage is still great. He's still quick. I kind of want to leave him up there and see what happens. Let's see. Neely's allowed 60%. Weaver 64. Banks 66. I'm going to leave him up there and just roll with it. But man, that loss is disappointing. It's like we take one step forward, take one step back. That hurts. That hurts a lot. All right. Well, we're at our bye week. So let me just take a look at recruiting really quick. Ooh. Georgia Tech offered money to Chandler. Their visit is in 2 weeks. They're trying to swipe him from us. I will not allow this, he says, and then gives like an okay pitch. Man, UAB really wants Braun. And I see why. Like, I think there's building blocks of a good wide receiver there. But I don't know if he's worth getting in this bidding war for. I didn't notice how bad Illinois' visit for Dylan McLeod went. That's rough. I think I might shed out a little bit of money for the JUCO players here. Because I do think that treating them like our transfers is the correct decision. Because we flat out do not have the NIL money to go heavy in the transfer portal. So I'd rather spend smartly on the JUCO guys and get them in the door. So McLeod, for example, that gets me 874. That puts me ahead. Minnesota does play OSU next week. If they beat OSU, so help me. So help me. Max Fox, I mean, he doesn't care about NIL, and I don't think we're going to catch him at this rate. Hoffman cares a lot. I'm just going to give him his above market value. Bowman doesn't care at all. Yeah, that's not going to move the needle. Alston cares a lot. So that brings my NIL money down to $3 million. I think that's okay. Think I'm okay with that. That gets me a lot of points on the JUCO players. Our O-line, our front seven will be improved so much. I think that's the correct decision. IU had their visit. They got 480 points for the Kennesaw State victory. How did we lose 100 points for game atmosphere for these? Come on. Come on. I don't really want to spend money on any of these guys. We'll see. All right. So that's recruiting. When do we get Covington back? 2 weeks to full health. Okay. All right, let's advance. All right, we need to go 2-0 against Mississippi State and Boston College. Like, our margin for error now for bowl games has vanished. Like, we need to beat them both. Because if we don't, like, Auburn's going to be tough. Texas is going to be tough. South Carolina might beat us by 25. And then Tennessee, as we established at Baylor, has one of the best defenses in the country. So that is that aspect. All right. So with all that money spent, we're ahead on a lot more of the JUCO guys. I think now I'll put some points on Max Fox. Just try to get him as close as possible and hope we can snipe him on a deal. Benjamin Hobbs may commit soon, which is really bad for us. Because the Georgia Tech visits this week, Kentucky. Well, Georgia Tech, I don't care about. It's the Kentucky visit. I have a feeling he's just going to go to Kentucky. I could offer him money, but I'm going to be honest, I don't know if I want to. So I think, you know what? Congrats, Kentucky. Yeah. All right, Kentucky can have Hobbs. I'll take him off my list. That gives me better pitches I can use for some of these guys that I have before. I mean, look, it may simply come down to the fact that I didn't need to spend NIL money for a lot of those JUCOs, but I would rather spend it, guarantee we get the guys, and then build from there. Because if we miss out on the JUCOs, like, we're really in trouble. Because don't get me wrong, I like a lot of the freshmen and sophomores that are playing for us, but I'd rather not bank on them for another year. Okay. So, anyway, pressing pause on that. We now turn to Mississippi State, 2-4 this year. Now, they've not had themselves a very good save after the first couple of seasons. They beat ranked Wisconsin and Texas, but then lost to Auburn, South Carolina, Mizzou, and then just got blown out by Louisville. Fourth strength of schedule in the country. What are we? Oh, good. We have the hardest strength of schedule in the country. Oh boy, ain't that nothing but a thing. All right, looks like their offense is terrible. They have the worst rush yards per attempt in the country at 136. Their defense looks pretty good against the pass, not great against the run. They force a lot of turnovers. Okay. I mean, they're third in the country in opposing talent that they've faced. So they've run into the similar problem we are, where teams on paper are just better than us. They're favored. A little bit insulted by that spread, but fair enough. They have 8 recruits visiting, including a 4-star QB. All right, Mississippi State, go for it. I respect it. We will call tails as it never fails. It failed. See, Mississippi State elected to receive anyway, so the result is the same. We are in the rain once again. I remember when the dev added weather effects to this game and something was messed up with the coefficient, so it just rained like every game. That was very funny. And there we go. Jaden Metcalf strip sack. Felipe Clark recovers and returned 18 yards. Very good. See if we can get something going here on the ground. Try to establish a run game, especially after the tragedy of the last couple of weeks. Incomplete. 3rd and goal to 7. Hitches. Sacked. Fair enough. All right. We get a field goal, which, given that field position, is a little disappointing. Defense gets a sack, and they punt. Wow. And then we get sacked. Nothing there so far. 4 sacks in 10 minutes of game time so far. This could get very ugly. They convert the 3rd and 7, but not the 3rd and 17. They punt. All right. The jet sweep worked. Fair enough. There we go. Big 3rd down conversion to Franklin there. And Ingram fumbles. The corner, Keanu Howard recovers. Man, I'm going to blitz. Send it. It didn't work, folks. All right, Mississippi State gets a field goal. Once again, the offense, we're shooting ourselves in the foot, the leg. Hackett is sacked. We just shot ourselves in the sternum. 3rd and 9. I mean, full send. Incomplete. Ooh, great punt. How many yards was that punt? 46 yards. They returned at 3. All right. I mean, if we get a 3 and out here, we have pretty good field position. Very good. All right. We get the ball essentially exactly at midfield with a chance to score here. Jaden Ingram goes backwards and then an incomplete. Never mind. We suck. And our defense is getting torched, man. I think it may have something to do with my injured corner. Mississippi State scores the touchdown. We're obviously going to try and do a little 30-second drill. The passes are nerfed. Joke's on you. I have smashed digs. All right. Well, we get it to a 49-yard field goal range, and he missed it. All right. We get the ball to start the second half, down by 7. Our offense is letting me down right now. Solomon converts on the reception. Okay. And Ingram goes backwards. Somebody, and Hackett is sacked on 4th down. All right. Oh, boy. They're going for it on 4th and 8. Respect. And they get it. Dang. But then Brian Kirk fumbles, and Brian Welch recovers. Our defense trying their hardest to keep us in this game here. There we go. We get the conversion. 4 verts is nerfed. Whatever will I do? Really? 3rd and 1. I mean, I'm just going to keep running it. Seems to be somewhat working better in the second half. I say that as Hector Ashley gets blown up, and we have to settle for a field goal. All right. We cut the lead to 4. Man, they are getting us. 3rd and 1, send the blitz. We stop them. And I'm just going to blitz again, and they don't get it. Yair Skinner with the tackle. Very good. Third and 7, slot outs. I acknowledge that that says the man just threw a 64-yard pick six, but I don't want to talk about it. Okay, 46-yard pass to Hayden McNair. Good recovery. I'm going up tempo. And yeah, and Ingram -3-yard pass, and then sack. I mean, a field goal here doesn't really do us anything. It's 45 yards in the wind. Let's just go for it on 4th and 9. Yeah, we don't get it. What a. And we get the ball at the 1. Thank you, Solomon. Deep passes are nerfed? I don't care. Like, do you think I have the luxury of caring right now? Pass dropped by Thomas. Fair. Yeah, that's ball game. What an insanely disappointing, like, there's nothing to hang your hat on there. Multiple turnovers. Hackett threw another pick six. Couldn't get the run game really going. Rasmussen missed the kick. I think, unfortunately, in the first few games, our defense was playing lights out, and our offense was doing just well enough to keep us in the game and give us a chance. But now our defense is, instead of S tier, we're like at A tier, which it would appear is not good enough for our offense. Which is really painful because, like, we beat Bama to go 3-2 and then had a stretch of 3 very winnable games that could put us in potential bowl position. But our defense crumbles against North Texas. Our offense crumbles against Mississippi State. We might lose against Boston College 0-3. That's just kind of where that's at. Covington is back, so we get our best D lineman. Unhappy because you want to win. Well, listen, buddy. Now is not the time. Like that's what's frustrating. Like, we had them. We had a clear path to success and just couldn't do it. Oi, Mrs. Minnesota. They lost to OSU, but got 525 points anyway. So we're now 900 back. So our chance of getting McLeod just crumbled for my very eyes. Looks like we're going to go back ahead on Victor McConnell, which is good, the corner. We need zone specialists. Like, we kind of need to rework our cornerback room. And I think we did that by moving 2 of the safeties, the corner, and giving us a more zone tendency. But I think we need to go potentially one step further. IU offered money to Jose Kaplan, and they have a week 12 visit. So if he doesn't commit before then, we could be in trouble. But we'll see. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I think if we lose to Boston College, we could be staring down the barrel of 7 straight losses to end the season. But that's just where we're at. Like, this, it is insane that Boston College is a must-win game at this point, but I think it is. They're 2-5. Their only wins against Tulsa and NC State. Their offense is pretty on par with what we are. I don't know if that says more about us or if that says more about Boston College. They've only forced 4 turnovers on season on defense, only 8 sacks. This should be a game where we're able to score a lot of points against them. They do have a 92 overall safety, though. That's not nothing. I'm jealous. All right. You need a couple pass breakups. I think I'll leave Terry where he's at. Okay. It is a pick 'em game, and Boston College is at home, which means we're technically favored on a neutral. And Boston College beat Vandy back in 2024, 21-20. We're going to call tails. We will defer, get our defense out there first, get a 3-and-out, give us good field position. We're looking okay. There we go. We get a 3-and-out. We have good field position. Let's establish the run. Solomon goes backwards. Bubble screen gets me nothing, and Hackett gets sacked. And that, ladies and gentlemen, sums up this football team about as well as I could hope for. Jade Metcalf with the sack, but they convert on 3rd and 12 either way. Burn us on the blitz, and Boston College is up 7-0. Oh boy. The fire John Johnson chants in the crowd. I doubt it. There we go. Suero converts the 3rd and 5. Play action failed miserably. I'm going for it on 4. No, I'm not. I'm going to punt it. There we go. We burn them at the 6. Very good. But they convert on 3rd and 7. How dare they? All right, we get the stop. Ooh. 3 passes. Only one of them was complete. It's fine. Solomon gets me to the 21. Very good. Incomplete. And Rasmussen misses the field goal. Oh, I just. What do I even say? All right, we convert the 3rd and 8. Very nice. The wide receiver quick screen worked. Is it my birthday? There we go. Rasmussen made that one. So it's a 4-point game. Defense gets another stop. Very nice. And we punt. Engage 8 there was probably a questionable call. All right, we're going up tempo. Minute 45, 3 timeouts to get down this field. Let's rock. I'm going to run it. All right, we get the conversion. We convert on 3rd down. That's huge. An incompletion and a sack is less huge, and Hackett is picked for the 3rd time in as many games. I mean, again, man. Like ravaging 2, we just don't have an O-line. And I think that's really what most of this comes down to, is we have a terrible offensive line. But man alive. 3rd and 4, we're going to pass. I'm going to run it right up the middle. Solomon gets me the down. Screw it. 4 verts. Incomplete. Why did I try? You ever call a play and you're like, why did I even try that? We punt. Yep. I mean, the defense has been so good. They've allowed 1 drive from Boston College, and it was a 5 plays where they just got burned for 2 big passes. Other than that, they've been spectacular, and we still haven't been able to get in the end zone. Is the trick to just abandon the air raid? I don't know, as Aiden Pittman gets me 21 yards and the 1st. Thank you, sir. Hayden McNair, touchdown off the wide receiver screen. We have the lead, and they return the kickoff to midfield. Fair enough. Incomplete. They punt. God. We have found a defensive coordinator, folks. Oh, Suero goes backwards. But Pittman converts. All right. Okay. Here's my plan. We're going to try running the football. I say that, and we get 1 yard. Well, then we get 0. But we convert on 3rd. We just can't run it. Ashley gets me 12. All right. Everybody breathe. Everybody take a moment. Let's run some slants. Didn't work. See if we can get him with the deep ball. We do not. I don't think he makes this. I'm going to go for it on 4th and 6. We're going to be bold. We're going to be brave. And we get it. Paul Jeffries, 16 yards. Thank you, sir. And Jalen Ingram runs it in for a touchdown the very next play. Remember when I said earlier the defense has been great except for allowing big passes? They just allowed a 63-yard pass all the way to the 1-yard line. We stop them once. They're going trips. I don't care. Oh, they got it. Okay. And Hackett is sacked. Fair enough. But Yarbrough gets a big gain, and then Pittman converts. Very good. 3rd and 8 is not good. Whoo, Pittman gets us the conversion. Okay, let's run some clock here. 3rd and 4, we're going to pass. Completed to Franklin Thomas. All right, one more first down. I think we win. And Jalen Ingram runs it in for a touchdown anyway. All right. Very good. And Jaden Wallace with an interception to close. Very good. We're just going to run the ball here a bit for pride. And we win 24-14. Man alive. I mean, until the 4th quarter, our offense did nothing. 3 and out, punt, missed a field goal, made a field goal, 3 and out, Hackett threw a pick, punt. We finally score a touchdown. 4.5 minutes left in the 3rd. Defense gets a 3 and out. We score. They get a big pass, but then we score anyway. We get the pick, and that's your ball game. Man, we threw the ball 57 times against Boston College. What are we doing? Oh, God. I mean, Ingram did really well. Got 2 touchdowns. Averaged 6 yards a carry. Whew, man. Only 3 tackles for a loss and 1 sack by our defense, which consider. I mean, they didn't throw the ball a lot. They only threw it 24 times, but still, like, we need more. Rasmussen missed the field goal. But hey, we got the win. So we're back to 500. We're 4 and 4. We got the win. Now things may get a little crazy the rest of the way, but we'll see. Ooh, and Damian Terry's done. Yep. All right. Terry's injury got worse. He's done. Yep. All right. So he's out for the rest of the season. Bit grim from him, but I mean, we knew the risk of playing him on the major injury, and it came back to bite us. I think I'm going to have Walter Boykin be the 5th corner. I would rather have a guy who's a little slower and a worse tackler, but much better in zone coverage off the back end. That means some of these guys are going to play more, but next man up, man. I mean, this is the O-line I'm playing with. I can't stress enough, like, why we're having the issues that we're having. Like, Zion Hagan has given up 5 sacks. Hardy's given up 4. And he has 80 pass block also. It's not like he's, bad at pass blocking. But man alive. All right. So we're 1,000. So we're gaining about 300-ish points per week on Fox. So I'm going to do one last ace pitch. And if we beat Auburn and shock the world, maybe we're closer on Fox. But I doubt we get him at this point. UAB, they lost to Mizzou, but I guess the game atmosphere was good. So they got 420 points out of it. That's a little silly that you can get blown out by 45 points to UAB and get 420 points. But I beat Alabama at home and get, what was it, 320? Like, that's a little silly, in my humble opinion. Minnesota's visit, they got 525 for losing to OSU. Yeah, I think it's going to be tough to get some of these guys on the back end of our list, but you never know. We're putting distance between us and Virginia on McConnell. So that's just kind of where we're at in life right now. And 300. Okay. I mean, I'm just glad there's no fight whatsoever for Aaron Christian. Like, Tennessee has the first visit here. Even if they beat Bama, I think we're still probably going to leapfrog them in week 13. But we'll see. He doesn't care about money that much. Actually, here, let's just for the heck of it, let's give him like 100 extra points. Okay. So I think if you, oh yeah, we didn't get Hobbs, we didn't get Boyd, or Bird, I should say. Shocking. All right, I think if you would have told me through 8 games we go 4-4, I take that in a heartbeat. Granted, my assumption would have been we lost to like probably OSU, LSU, Georgia, and Bama, and beaten everyone else. Where instead, I think we have 2 really good wins against Bama. What's LSU's record now? They're 2-6. They're not doing that good. Arkansas's 3-5. So I think the Bama win's really good. LSU, Arkansas, they're having bad years, but there's a difference between having a bad year and being like terrible football team. Like our prestige level is a 2. I cannot stress that enough. And then obviously the losses to North Texas and Mississippi State suck, but good win against Boston College. And now number 16, Auburn. They're 6-2. Only losses are to South Carolina and Texas. They've beaten everyone else. They have no ranked wins, to be fair. Oh, good. Looks like they have a really good offense. Defensively, they're bad against the pass. They're phenomenal. Top 10 against the run, which is slightly terrifying. But, you know, we could turn this into a shootout. Auburn is favored by 12 points. We are at home. We have 8 recruits visiting, so this is a big recruiting day for us. So far in the sim, the only year Vandy beat Auburn was year 1 in a hilarious upset where a 1-16 beat a 6-1. Let's see if we can repeat the magic. Auburn calls heads. They elect to defer. All right, we start with the ball. Here's my simple goal. I want a drive that takes a long time. That's what I want. They're really good against the run, so I think, we threw 57 passes against Boston College? You haven't seen anything yet. And incomplete, I'm going for it. Why not? We're not going to be Auburn being conservative. We don't get it. Oh, boy. 3rd and 8, DB blitz, send it. Hey, it worked. Bradley Weaver got the sack. Auburn gets a field goal. Okay. You make me go for it. Oh, short passes are nerfed. No matter. Smash digs. Success. Well, incompletions, sacks all around. Defense gets a stop. Very good. We can't do anything offensively. We punt. And Cameron Hughes gets the sack. They did 4 verts. Interesting call there. I'm not going to question it. First quarter comes to an end. I mean, defensively, we're doing great. Offensively, though, we keep getting sacked. Like, yeesh. Oh, that was a bad call to blitz there. Second goal at the 1. I don't care that you're in spread. I'm doing goal line. Oh, they ran it in anyway. All right. Down 10-0. Not looking good for us. We do convert the third down. That helps. Convert another third down. We're trying. We are certainly trying here. 3rd and 5. I'm going to pass it. We don't get it. I'll kick the field goal. All right. 7-point game. I think our defense is doing well enough where I'm comfortable making it a 7-point game. They get the stop. Oh, at the 3. Okay, I'm leaving chew clock on. Never mind. We got the conversion. Up tempo. Let's go. Let's have some fun with it, folks. Let's try to get a little score here. The AI just doesn't understand what I'm doing, and it's kind of funny. There we go. Now it understands. Smash corner on back-to-back plays. They called me a madman. They said it couldn't be done. Ah. How long's the field goal here? 55? Yeah, it's too long. We're going to go for it on 4th and 3. Slants. Don't get it. All right. Engage 8 works. They punt. And yeah, we're just going to run it. Clock out. All right. Defense did really good in the first half. We opened the second half with a sack. Very nice. They punt. We have good field position. All right. Man. And we put up. Oh, engage 8 there was a bold decision. But Auburn drives all the way down, gets a touchdown. Down by 14. Incomplete again. Hackett is 16 of 36 for those keeping track at home. There we go. Come on, boys. Get him. All right, they punt. And sacked on 3rd down again. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Okay, this could be the moment that everything turns around in our favor. Unlikely. We convert the 3rd down, Randy Orr. We're at the 10. We're at the 5. At the 4. Kick the field goal. There we go. All right. The reason I kicked the field goal in there, 4th and 4 isn't short. And 2, there's enough time left where now if we get 2 touchdowns, we take the lead as opposed to tying it. We convert on 3rd down. Very good. 3rd and 11. Slot outs. I mean, we're going for it. Might as well. No dice. We get 7 yards. Fair. They're going for it on 4th down. Ah, they got it. Yeah, that's your ball game. All right, we lose to Auburn 17-6. I think credit to the defense. They did really, really well. They held Auburn to 3 of 13 on 3rd down. I think offensively, though, I mean, we couldn't run the ball at all. Hackett was wildly incomplete. Like, Thomas was targeted 9 times, 3 catches. Suero, 7, 2 catches. Jeffries, 6, 3 catches. Nothing doing there. I think hindsight being 2020, I go for it there on 4th and goal at the 4. But even if I get a touchdown, we have 4 more points. It's still a 7-point ball game, and our defense couldn't get that last stop that we needed. I think we played Auburn really close there. I think we played Auburn really close, but offensively just couldn't quite get there. Which seems to be a theme so far. I do think the air raid offense may not be that conducive to success. Paul Jeffries is hurt. It's only 2 weeks. I'm going to genuinely just move him to inactive players. Then Jeff Hardy can be back in the lineup, and then he'll sit for a couple weeks. It's disappointing. All right, visit results. Oh, that's terrible. Yeah, we're not getting McLeod unless we offer him an insane amount of money. Yeah, we're not getting Vox. Okay, so I think that does change a lot. So Fox, obviously, we're not getting. Goodbye. I think we still offer for Braun. We still offer for Peoples. Yeah, we really need if we beat South Carolina. Okay, so let's look at McLeod here. So even with the third visit bonus, we still only got 340 points, which is kind of funny. We're 417 points back. I would have to offer him what, $500,000 probably. Oh wait, no, that's Peoples. Whoa. Okay, sorry, McLeod. So with my best pitch, assuming they do ace again, that puts them 817 ahead. I make up 500 on the difference. So I need to make up essentially that much. So do I think Dylan McLeod is worth $600,000? That also drops our NIL to 2.7. He might be worth it, though. I mean, the strength is just really good. Let me look at all the O linemen really quick. So, O lineman, odds are we're getting Malachi Austin, but him and Peoples are on different tracks. It's Bowman and McLeod. Of the two, I like McLeod more. I think I'd rather pay to get him. Whereas Bowman, in all honesty, Dylan Bowman might redshirt his first year of eligibility. And then he just has 2 more after that. So that's kind of where I'm at with him. Whereas McLeod, I think it is worth the spend. We'll see. I mean, there's a world where all of this comes back to bite us, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it, I suppose. Tennessee had a great result for Christensen. They beat Bama. And the only reason it wasn't even better is they had too many other QB visitors. I don't know why the AI does that, but hey. Okay, so we might have a fight for Christensen. I don't really want to offer him money if I don't have to. Man, Bama's just sucked this year. That head coach job might be available. Nah, I'm not. I already coached Bama once in a series on this channel. And I don't really want to jump ship at Vandy. Like, in my mind, I'm here at Vandy for like 4 years trying to put together like an SEC. I'm trying to like rise in the SEC here. That's my goal, at least. We'll see how it plays. All right. Hello, Texas. How are you? They are 3-6, 0-6 in SEC play. To be fair, they scheduled a decent out of conference with USC, Navy, and Tulsa. They blew out the former and beat the latter by 11. They just lost to LSU 42-0, and that was an LSU team that we beat earlier in the season. So I'm not that afraid. Wow. They have a worse offense than that. Actually might not be true. Yeah, no, we have a worse offense than them. Oh, boy. Oh, we're no longer the hardest strength of schedule. I wonder who took that reign. Yeah, Texas, I mean, their offense isn't great. They're okay against the run, they're bad against the pass. They don't do anything particularly great defensively. I think this, I mean, if we win this game, we're 5-5, and I'm feeling really good about our season as a whole, even if we lose our final two games. If we lose this game, I think a 4-8 record looks pretty ugly. So this is big. Texas is favored by 4.5. They have 8 recruits visiting, none of which I'm in on, and full of 4 stars. Good for them. So far in the sim, Vandy beat Texas once out of 4 times when the AI was in charge. All right, let's see how we do. All right, heads wins and Texas defers. So for the second straight game, we start with the football. I am ready. My soul is prepared. 13 yards on the first play. We're winning the game. And Hackett is strip sacked. Fair enough. Oh, boy. There we go. Third and goal to 17. All right. So bad news is they got a field goal. Good news, that could have been so much worse. Suero gets us the conversion. We're in business. 21-yard pass to Yarbrough. I have noticed Yarbrough's been getting involved more in the second half of the season, which is good. And a touchdown as Hackett scrambles and Rasmussen misses the kick. I'm going to punt this man into the sun. There we go. Good stop on third down, and Aiden Pittman muffed the punt. He's done. Cody Solomon is going to be our new kick and punt returner. Man, that's 2 muffed punts on the season. Unbelievable. All right, Texas has scored 10 points, all of them off of turnovers, essentially. And Hackett is picked. Get me out of here. This is a cursed game. And now we get a pick. Good Lord. Nobody wants to win this game. 4th and 5. We'll punt. Corner blitz there was ambitious, but I hoped it would have worked. It did not for those keeping track at home. And Texas is up by 7. And Ingram fumbles. Guys, we have had 4 turnovers, and there's still 5 minutes left in the first half. Like, he got picked again. That's 5 turnovers in one half of football. I didn't think that was possible, but here we are. Wow. And they're going to get more points here, too. I mean, what, like, fumble, interception, fumble, interception. And they start with the football. What a embarrassment to sport as they kick a 45-yarder and make it. Well, we're up tempo the rest of the way, and Hackett is immediately sacked. Cool. Very good. What a tragic game this is, huh? Like, it's actually impressive as we get a -1 yard run and then a sack. Very good. Defense gets a stop because they're at least trying today. Ingram loses 3 yards. Fair enough. And Hackett is all right. He's done. We're playing Guillermo. Wow. We went into this game. Good job by Brand Welsh to return that. But like, we went into this game with a chance to potentially make a bowl game, and now just complete and utter implosion. And yeah, Guillermo Small's going to lead us the rest of the way. We're going to see how he does. Converted to 3rd and 9. And he got a touchdown to Randy Orr. 13-point game. Defense gets another stop. And Jalen Ingram fumbles. That is turnover number 7. 7 for those keeping track at home. This is a Texas defense that had forced 11 turnovers all season prior to today. Yep. Forvert, send it. I mean, to be fair, it kind of worked. And we're going to keep trying. And Hayden McNair fumbles. That is turnover number 8. What's really crazy about this is we cut it to 13 and then fumbled. But like if we drive down there and score, it's maybe a close game, but then they scored a touchdown in 3 plays and we fumbled again. Like there is no version of this where we deserved anything other than just tragic blowouts. It really is crazy. We're just going to take like everything 2 yards at a time. Yeah, and he missed. Wow. I mean, we had 8 turnovers. Like, that's insane. I have never seen that many turnovers in my life. Guillermo Small, by the way, 21 of 28, 182 yards, 1 touchdown. Hackett was 15 of 27 with 3 picks and a fumble. Ingram had 2 fumbles. Pittman and McNair had another. Like, I can't even fault the defense for giving up 36 points there. I mean, they couldn't stop the run, but like we turned the ball over 8 times, and hilariously, despite that, with 9 minutes left in the 4th quarter, we had the ball in their territory, down 13, with a chance to still maybe make a game out of this. But then we fumbled again. And then hilariously, we went for a field goal at the end for pride and rest. All right, looks like we're back. It's been happening more recently with OBS. I don't know. Yep, Pittman was started 18 times. 8 turnovers. Yeesh. Unbelievable, man. All right, Rainey has a concussion, so he's obviously just out for a week. Nathaniel Long, congrats, you get to play for a game. Oh. 8 turnovers is wild. Like, I do genuinely have half a mind to just play Guillermo Small the rest of the No, Hackett should play. But hey, Guillermo, like, he did good. But my God, Hackett, he went from having, I mean, he's like 1 pick. Week 3, he has 2 more. Week 4, he has 1. Week 6, he has 1. 8. 9, he has another, and then today he has 3 with a fumble. I don't know how someone I mean, his accuracy isn't great. It's an 80, but his IQ is a 98. Like, that's crazy to me that he was that bad. Okay. Well, let's just ignore that pitiful, tragic, embarrassing result and pivot to recruiting. So, UAB, yeah, don't think. I don't know if we catch UAB for Braun, but we might as well try. Minnesota did an ace pitch like we thought they would for McLeod, so now we're only 50 ahead. That's going to be a close one. We'll see. All right. Just do the best offers I can for everybody else. How far are we ahead on Christian now? Oh, Tennessee's only doing target player, so we should still get him. That's good. Okay. Well, that sucked. We moved to 4-5 now. We've won one of our last 5 games. And now we find ourselves up against South Carolina, who are 8-2 on the season. Their only losses to Florida and Georgia. They've beaten everyone else. They scheduled a pretty tough out of conference, which I respect. They beat Michigan State 2-0, folks. What a game of football. How is this not an instant classic? I ask you. Michigan State missed a couple field goals. That's rough. That's rough. McKinney, buddy. All right. I mean, I'm going to be honest. They're favored by 11.5, and we're at home. Like, I'm just hoping for a good game of football here. And Hackett, I mean, if Hackett doesn't play well, I'm giving Guillermo Small the start against Tennessee. I think that he needs to do better this game. If he doesn't, then he's done. As South Carolina is driving with a will. 3rd and 4 blitz. Oh, they did slants. And they got a touchdown. All right. Pretty easy, methodical score. Let's see if we can match a pass drop and a run that goes backwards and then a 33-yard punt return. Fair enough game. Fair enough. All right, 14-0 early. I think we can kind of put this game to bed. Play action wheel does not work. Yeah, really good punt there. Unfortunately, though, our defense cannot stop them. And so here we are. There we go. Pablo Charles gets a sack. Wow, Ingram lost 3 yards. I'm benching Ingram. He's done. Hector Ashley's our new running back 2. Ruffin's our running back 3. Ingram's done. There we go. 3rd and 9. We're doing it again. 4th and 1. They're going for it. Send the house. There we go. Esteban Covington gets the stop. There we go. Hackett gets the conversion to Pittman. Thank you, sir. Jet sweep there was inspired. Sacked. Pittman with the conversion. I mean, there's no real point in kicking a field goal. I don't think field goals are going to be what decides this game. So we'll do slants. And it does not work. Turnover on downs. But we get the ball back with okay field position, all 3 timeouts, and Hackett is picked. All right. Well, good news. We start the ball the second half. Bad news. I don't think it will matter as we throw an incompletion on 3rd down. And we punt. South Carolina runs it in. I think it's going to be, it's ironic. Like, let's assume we lose here and we lose to Tennessee. So we finish 4-8. It's going to be ironic that quadrupling last season's win total for Vandy will feel disappointing. But I think it's the way we lost a lot of these games that makes it disappointing. Because there's a couple games there where we should have won. And I mean, that's the difference between making a bowl and not. And right now, we're not making a bowl, which is, not unrealistic given the fact that last year before we took the job, Vandy was 1-11. But it's not nothing. I'm not going for it on 4th and 10 there. Just give me the points for pride. Dang, I tried to blitz on 3rd and 7. Didn't work. 4th and 1, they're going for it. I respect it. And they got 11 yards. So that'll do. I'm just still going to do goal line. All right. At the moment, barring any last minute heroics, I think Hackett is going to take the bench for the finale against Tennessee. Yeah. All right. Defense forces a stop. Nice of them. And Hackett is sacked. Fair play. Fair play. All right. That's the game. I mean, I think it could also be something as simple as the air raid just isn't good when you don't have a quality offensive line. But yeah, I think it's hard to make sweeping judgments when our worst position group is the most important position group. But that's just kind of where we're at right now. I think in order for our team to win, our defense needs to pitch a perfect game and our offense needs to have like one turnover or less. And both things are not proving to be possible right now, which is unfortunate. So I think Hackett is benched for the finale. Rainey is back. And Paul Jeffries is also back. I might have him ahead of Suero. Yeah. So Hardy's going to threaten to transfer. I'm okay with that. He has a 47% catch percentage. Goodbye. All right, we have 2 commitments. Our first ever commitments as head coach, linebacker Reginald Chandler, who is just, solid potential, not very athletic linebacker, but could become something. And then Oliver Perkins, who is going to need a lot of work in the blocking department, but could become good depth at tight end. Nothing too crazy there. I didn't even check the recruiting visit. 315 for most people, 240 for Braun. We're not getting him. That sucks. Yep. All right. So UAB gets Braun, which is what it is. I mean, to get him, we would have to offer probably 200,000 more, and even that, like, their great pitch takes them ahead on. But if we don't get Braun, we don't get a wide receiver in this class. There is that. And we're still really far behind on Peoples. We could offer him 300,000, but I think I'll make the offers. And if we get him, sweet. If we don't, we get money back. But we're running into an unfortunate scenario where because our NIL money dropped so much, we're just not getting him. But that is what it is. All right. So first things first, Guillermo Small is going to get the start. Hackett has thrown his last pass for Vandy. I think just unfortunate that he didn't put together a good season. I think he had a lot of good games in there, but he also had a lot of turnovers. And at the end of the day, we can't really stomach that. I'm going to bench Jalen Ingram for the finale. He's not going to play. We're going to give Nehemiah Ruffin and Hector Ashley some cover, see what they can do. All right. The season finale against Tennessee. I think if we lose this game, what was once a season of promise ends a season of disappointment. If we win, then we can look back on the season with some pride and some happiness. So, not much at stake at all. They're favored by 10.5 on the road. We also have 5 recruits visiting. Of the 5, we run the risk of losing Aaron Christensen if Tennessee beats us. And then Dylan Bowman, the O-line prospect. Other than that, we should be okay. So far, Tennessee has beaten Vandy 6 out of 8 times. But of course, that was when the AI was here. We'll see what happens. Hey, it can't possibly be worse than the Texas game. So you never know. Tennessee elects to receive. Send the blitz. Hey, it worked. Terrell Nelson with the sack. Very good. Oh, they convert on 3rd down. How dare they? Not then, though. They punt. Good job by the defense. Guillermo Small is getting the start. We're going to see what he can do with a full game under his belt here. So far, it's looking nice. Hector Ashley, though, went backwards, and Small got picked. Fair. Fair enough game. I will blitz you into next week, Tennessee. It didn't work. They got a 21-yard touchdown run. Oh, boy. And 50-yard pass over the middle. Fair enough. Yeah. We need a whole new O-line. Who knew that playing an O-line made up of very poor freshmen and sophomores would come back to bite us? I mean, I figured it would hurt. I didn't think it would hurt this much, man. But I mean, we have the worst O-line in the SEC. Like, that is a statement of objective fact. And I think, unfortunately, it has had a more dire impact than I hoped it would. We went for it on 4th and 7 because why not? It's the last game of the season. We're down by 17. Incomplete. There we go. Good sack. And they get a field goal out of it anyway. All right. Well, that was depressing. Forverts works over the top to Randy Orr. We're in the red zone at the 5. Ruffian goes backwards. Nothing doing. We will take the points to get on the board for pride. And an interception, Jaden Wallace. Very good. See if we can get a touchdown here, make it a 10-point game. There we go. Aiden Pittman gets me 9. Well, that's exactly what I need. Ruffin gets me 9. And 2 runs of nothing. And incomplete on 4th and 2. Man. We had a chance there to make it a 10-point game and maybe have an epic comeback. But now we're down by 24, and that's that. Solomon has a good kickoff return. We're obviously going for it on 4th and 3. We get it. Thank you, McNair. And we're sacked. We are sacked. And sacked again on 4th down. Oh, boy. Yeah, I think, unfortunately, I knew our offensive line would be a problem. I did not think it would be as big a problem as it is, and that has pretty much doomed us in almost all of our games. We had 0.8 yards a rush A lot of that is because Guillermo Small got sacked 6 times, and so that took a lot off the board. But yeah, what a sad, disappointing end of the season. I mean, we were 3-2, had just beat Alabama. Things were looking up, and we won one game of football the rest of the way. Man. I think that's really what stings. Like, if you had told me going into this season that we win 4 games of football, I take it. I take it with some hesitancy, but I take it. But then if you told me that after 5 games we're 3-2, that I would only win one the rest of the way, like that hurts. That hurts because I think we legitimately could have made a bowl game. Like all we had to do is win 3 of our last 7 games, and we're in a bowl game, no question asked. We couldn't do it. We lost 2 separate games by a score of 17-6. North Texas beat us by 4. Texas, I mean, they got 8 turnovers. Happens. And that's that. Oh boy. Official visit results. We do get a couple commits, including Aaron Christensen. Spoiler alert. And yeah, okay, good. Neat. All right, let's do recruiting. 5 commits. Every single one chooses Vandy. Now, Aaron Christensen commits. He is loyal. So even if he's not our starter next season, he's going to stay there for a bit. We do get Dylan McLeod's signature. I think it was a good call to spend that extra money on him to guarantee it. So he'll be a starting O lineman for us next year. Nicholas Durham, high potential D lineman. Stephen Randolph, probably going to be our number 2, maybe number 3 running back. So pretty good there. Let's get those 5 guys off the list. Whoops. All right, so our target list is down to 14 names. We're 173 away on Peoples. Memphis offered even more money. I think he can be really good. I'll throw another 150,000 on him. This might be a mistake, but I think he can be really, really good. UAB, they offered a bit more money to Braun. Louisville, they had a 1,000-point visit, even though they lost to Georgia Tech, and they offered him a scholarship. And yet, I'm still 241 ahead. Similarly, Virginia Tech, 1,000-point visit, and offered him a scholarship. I'm still 436 points ahead. That's what you deserve. All right, it looks like I should get most of the players on this list. Really, the only 2 that are going to be a fight. I think people's odds are we're not going to get. Evan Braun, Frederick Townsend are going to be a fight. Everyone else we should get. That's kind of where I'm at. All right. Let me now sim through the bye weeks. And see if we get any new commitments. We do. We get 1. Who is it? Connor Boyle. Fair enough. So we get a nice corner, very much a man specialist, but he will redshirt obviously in year 1. Okay, we're ahead on Peoples now. We are ahead. Memphis did their ace pitch, which is 414, so I need to offer let's call it 50,000 more to make up that difference. That's a lot of money for Peoples. God, I hope he ends up being good. If he doesn't, we're in trouble financially. if he doesn't come on down. All right. Just give the best pitches I can to these guys. So if we get, let's say, everyone on this list -1. So if we get 12 players, that brings us to 22. No, excuse me, 20 commits. It's a little low. Let's take a moment. Any 2-stars that would want to come dance? No. Ooh, the kicker. Couple tight ends that look interesting. Andy is a hidden gem. How many points am I behind on him? Oh, 1,500. Whereas Van, I'm 304. I could always go for, but no, going for both makes no real sense. Even with the offers. Yeah, I'm too far behind on Andy Luck, so. Though the idea of having an Andrew Luck on my team would be kind of funny. So I'll offer Christian Van. He is a 2-star, but he has A- potential. Might as well take a swing on the tight end. Nothing really to lose. All right, SEC Conference Championship is Oklahoma against Georgia. Let's see who wins. You never know. I just watch the frames drop in real time. Surprisingly, we are not invited. We do not get a bowl. Who knew? Who could have possibly foreseen this? Man, OBS really does not like me right now. All right. I am going to call it there as we're at awards week. I'll go through all this buy stuff off screen. I will go through all the commits and whatnot, and then I will pick it back up after, or excuse me, at transfers, see if any of our players transfer, see who leaves, do a first season recap, and then we will go from there. But thank you all for watching. I know the season didn't quite go the way we wanted. 4-8 in year one at Vandy. We'll see what happens there. Thank you all for watching. See you next time.